Hello everyone, this is Mr. Marr with the last tutorial for this unit. So this is on the creator final. This is about creating your own original patterns. So we're going to follow the checklist spreadsheet to figure out how to do this. First, you're going to see here for loops. It says loop library and no loops added. You want to keep it that way. For this assignment, you do not want to do any loops. So if you change this to loops added, then points will be taken off because it's not correct. So make sure you do not add loops for this. So where you should start is with a drum pattern. So that's where you would add a new track, click drums and beats. And the first thing it's asking is to say what drum patch you used. So click here, pick a new drum patch or leave it on vanilla if you want, but I would suggest trying some of the different drum patches because there's actually a lot of different sounds that they have here in different styles. So record the drum patch that you use here, and then just let me know if you programmed or recorded your pattern. So if you programmed it, that means you use the step sequencer to click and add notes. If you recorded it, it means you use the instrument view to record live, and you can create your drum pattern however you want. I would suggest when you're doing this, setting a 2-bar loop for your drum pattern, and just like that. So you've got a little 2-bar loop to fit your notes into. Once you have your drum pattern created, you're going to write a bass line. So this is pretty much going to be like a drum and bass track. So make sure that you download a scale guide, either major or minor. It's totally up to you. And then write a bass line just like you did in activity 6. So you're going to set it up the same exact way, download the file, find your scale degree 1 in octave 1, make 4 1-bar long notes, move 2 of them to different pitches on the scale guide, leave 2 on the same. So that's that 3 notes over 4 bars common pattern. You're going to follow that exactly. So kind of just recreating your bass assignment from activity 6, just in a new context with your own original drum pattern. So when you're adding a bass track, you can import the scale guide first, but make sure you're also changing the sound patch to a bass patch so it sounds correct. Then we've got some recording techniques. So at some point you are going to use either quantized or unquantized patterns. Make sure that's included. Either record an extra layer in the drums, just so you're doing some kind of recording. You could also add some piano on top too, if you can figure out how to add some notes that sound good over your bass line, but there needs to either be a quantized or unquantized pattern. Looks like you actually need both quantized and unquantized, so just like activity 3, just like activity 3. You make sure there's both quantized and unquantized patterns that can show up in your drum track, in a different drum track, or like a melody piano keys type sound. And then the last thing, you're going to mix your tracks, just making sure that everything is correctly mixed, that there are foreground sounds and background sounds, and they show up that way in the beat. Certain things should be louder than others. After that, you'll be all set. Make sure you share this with me for the finals. You do need to share it because I want to make sure that you're doing it all correct, and click invite. And that is the creator final. So it's if you check the instructions on Classroom, anyone who's not my student won't be able to see this. These will be included in the ebook though. So you can see that we need originally created patterns only, no loops, a 1-bar or 2-bar recorded drum pattern. Make sure you change the drum patch. 4-bar bass line written to a scale guide using the 3 notes over 4 bars common pattern, just like activity 6 and 7. Quantized and unquantized patterns from activity 3 and mixed correctly like activity 4. And then again, make sure that you're also filling out the spreadsheet as you go along. It is actually part of your grade for the final, just so we can work on just staying organized and keeping our steps in track. So that's all I got. I'm really excited to hear how this turns out. This should sound different from everyone. I'm hoping to hear A lot of different sound patches, a lot of different drum rhythms, a lot of different kinds of bass lines, and just be creative with it. So that's it. See you next time.